30 years ago, our first guest appeared in a motion picture that has become one of the masterpieces among thriller films. Of course, it was Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho. And I understand we have a new Psycho. It's Psycho 4, which will premiere on Showtime early next month. Ladies and gentlemen, here's Anthony Perkins. Anthony. Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you.
How you doing?
Good.
You know, you look great. Whenever I see you on some of your early films on television, you look then and now just about the same. You've done very well for yourself.
Well, I certainly should look good today. I've been up doing talk shows since 7 this morning.
Right, promoting the big Psycho movie.
Yeah, I've had 4 makeups on.
Right.
So this is the 4th one that I've had. So once you put makeup on top of makeup on top of makeup,
you can't go wrong.
You can't go wrong.
Except,
I mean, you've only had 1.
Yeah, this is my...
I should look 4 times as good as you do.
There's a good chance of that even without makeup, I think.
You're kind.
So now, how old were you when you made Psycho?
30.
30 years old. So you're not really a kid then, were you?
No.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
And it was you and, of course, Alfred Hitchcock as the director.
Mm-hmm.
Now, had you met him before the film?
Well, he was a funny guy. He didn't like to put actors ill at ease.
Right.
He didn't like to audition actors. He didn't like to give them screen tests. He didn't like to do anything except give them the roles and then have them come into his office and be talked to. So that was great because by the time you got in there to talk to him, you were already feeling comfortable. You weren't being tested.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now, if something went wrong on the set, would he throw a fit? How did he control things that got loose?
He wasn't a fit-throwing guy at all. He liked to have fun when he made movies, and I think Psycho was one of the favorite movies for him that he made because it had all the ingredients that made movie making fun for him. He didn't have to go outside where it would be too hot or too cold. He didn't have to deal with crowds and extras. He didn't have to deal with special effects. He didn't like any of that stuff.
Just like staying in a nice, cool, darkened room.
Exactly. Yeah. Precisely. Yeah. The nuts and bolts.
Did he wear a suit and tie when he directed?
Oh, yes.
Is that right?
A black suit.
Every day?
Oh, yes, every day.
That's cute.
Mm-hmm. And he would read his London Times while the actors rehearsed and while the scene was set up. He didn't put himself out much. You know?
Now, hypothetically speaking, that's interesting that he didn't seem to exert much physical effort. But
he didn't exert any physical effort.
When you watch these films...
there is a story about him which I believe is not apocryphal. On one slightly warm day when he was shooting North by Northwest, I think it was, and they were out in the cornfields. Cary Grant was being chased.
That was shot in like Bakersfield or something.
Let's say that.
Nowhere near.
It's fine. Wherever it was, he didn't like it.
I'm just trying to help.
Fine. It's okay. They brought the limo up next to the camera. He rolled up the windows, turned on the air conditioning, and directed the scene from inside the limo. This is a guy, first of all, who likes to be comfortable, and second of all, who isn't ashamed to want it to be that way. That's what I like. Not that he did it, but that he wasn't embarrassed to do that in front of his crew and his cast.
Yeah, but again, it's the same point that's been raised here by this anecdote, is that, and that scene is very complicated when you take a look at it. That's not an easy, let's do it in 2 minutes and then go back and have donuts. That thing looked like a lot of work and maybe several days, and that he was able to do it from the back seat of a car. That's even stranger. Did you make a lot of money for that film?
No, I've made very little money.
Yeah?
That's not in your notes. How did you know?
Do they have to be in the notes?
No, they don't have to be in the notes. Listen, this was a cheap ride for him. Yeah. He got everybody for dollars and cents in that thing. Very, very little.
Would it embarrass you to mention what your fee was?
Oh, I think I got something like $25,000.
Yeah,
but listen, that's a lot of money, please.
1960 we're talking about.
Yeah, 1960 we're talking about a great deal of money. But still, if I'd been making a picture for another studio, I probably would have gotten a lot more.
Oh, sure, but wouldn't you rather have been associated with this
Absolutely.
project? Yeah, I would think so.
In those days, he was the only person to be working for him.
Do you pull for the Boston Red Sox at all?
I don't really care about it.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. You know, they're in the thick of a pennant race now.
Yeah, I do. I watched the CNN sports news today. You said that civilization was coming to an end.
Yes.
But still, things keep happening. You know, innovative things keep happening. Did you see that CNN sports news?
No.
They had a segment of some guys in Thailand playing volleyball with their feet.
Right. Wow.
Now, not only were they doing it, but they were good at it.
Yeah.
doesn't that kind of disprove your theory about civilization?
Civilization coming to an
if
end.
people can take something up like that and not only say, "Oh, wouldn't that be crazy?" or "Wouldn't it be fun?" but to develop a skill, I think there's hope for civilization.
Oh, okay, well, all right. I'll try to be a little more optimistic.
Okay.
I'm sorry. What? We'll do a commercial, then we'll return here with Anthony Perkins. Anyway, what were we chatting about? Oh, the Boston Red Sox. You're not necessarily a Boston Red Sox fan?
No.
Yeah.
Although I played a Red Sox fielder, player in the Pearsall story.
Well, you know, that's why I brought it up.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, no, that's why I asked you about the Boston Red Sox.
Oh, I see. Well, I mean, I'd never seen a Major League game when I was doing that.
Oh,
show.
is that right?
Yeah. But when I was hired to play the part of Jimmy Pearsall, the question was, could I, was I athletic enough to play? And I lied a little bit about my abilities. And once I signed up, it was only until later that I realized that he was right-handed and I was left-handed. And rather than take the convenient way out, as they did for Gary Cooper in the part of the Yankees, where they switched his uniform, that's well known.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, they built a field backwards. So
That's right.
Yeah.
He would run to third.
He would run to third.
Yeah,
Exactly. But
they play that in Thailand as well.
so I had to learn how to play. Get this.
Yeah.
I learned how to be a passable fielder with my right hand. Now try it sometime. I mean, it's really tough.
That's amazing that you were able to pull it off.
Well, I was a kid. I was 24 years old. You can do anything when you're 24.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, you want to take a look at the Psycho 4? Is it 4?
To you, man. I mean, you want to show the clip, or we can keep talking?
Well, no, let's talk about Psycho 4, and then
Okay.
we'll take a look at the
Fine.
yeah.
Sure.
All right. Now, tell me about this. Norman is now what? He's out?
Well, he's out.
He's out. Has
He's
he
out.
killed anybody besides his mother? Because there was Psycho 2 and 3.
2 and 3.
Yeah.
Well, as he says in this picture, I think there's the quote from this film, "I've killed damn near a dozen human beings." Obviously, he's saying that regretfully because Norman really is a good-hearted guy who wishes he hadn't killed anyone.
Yeah, sure.
And in fact, he hasn't killed anyone. I think there's one character in Psycho 2 that Norman himself does kill. The rest of the killing is done by the mother, as we all know. But there's got to be a little mayhem in a Psycho picture.
Okay, so here at Psycho 4, where do we join Norman? What's up for Norman now?
He's married.
Oh, married.
Yeah.
Settling down.
Yeah, living off.
Kind of getting his life put in order.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, he tries to do that at the beginning of each film.
Yeah.
He doesn't start on a roll. He always starts quiet.
This time, everything's going to be fine.
Everything is going to be fine. Well, check the other two sequels. You'll see that is the way it is.
Yeah.
Only this time he's got even a better deal because he's married to a very attractive woman.
And who wouldn't want to marry the guy, frankly?
Not only that, but this woman is his ex-shrink.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, so there, yeah. If there's any problem, she's right there with the medication. Boom. It's going to be all right.
Those were scenes that we didn't write in, but we should have.
Okay. All right, now we're going to take a look at this?
Well, let me explain it quickly.
All right.
Although he's doing well, he tunes in one day inadvertently to a talk show, a radio talk show.
Radio talk show.
Where they are discussing boys who have killed their mothers.
Right.
Norman can't help but pick up the phone and call in.
He's had some experience, and he just likes to contribute.
He says that. He says that. And during the course of a long phone call, he relives his past, his boyhood, his adolescence.
Darn the luck.
Darn the luck,
Yeah.
exactly.
So that's what we're going to look at here. This
be.
is a scene here from Psycho 4, Anthony Perkins.
Have you got a question for Dr. Richmond?
He sure likes hearing himself talk, doesn't he?
Where are you calling from, Ed? Ed?
I called because the focus of your show tonight is what makes boys kill their mothers. But so far, your guests haven't given us any insight into that. I thought maybe I could help. I'm a senior member of the doctor's, what did he call it, sphere?
Are you saying you killed your mother, Ed?
Oh, I've killed before. And now I'm going to have to do it again.
That's a nice scene there. All right, when is the show on, Tony? It begins early next
10th.
month on Showtime. Great.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations. You got
Thanks.
another hit on your hands. Thank you for being here. Anthony Perkins, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back.